afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live broadcast for today. My name is Natalie Ledwell, and it is my honor and my pleasure to bring these to you a couple of times a week. I apologize. I wasn't able to do the broadcast on Wednesday. I put my back out. Can you believe that? Like, I'm thinking that's a sign of getting old. I don't know, but I put my back out, so I was flat out for the last day and a half. Just resting and icing and Epsom salt baths and stretching and so forth. So I'm feeling back to my normal, cheerful self again today. So just in time to come in and do this broadcast for you today. So today we're going to be talking about spirit animals. So I know that this is not a usual subject that I talk about, and maybe it's a little bit off a topic when it comes to law of attraction and so forth. But I have spoken about angels before, and I have spoken about spirit guides. And when we're talking about spirit animals, it's along that same vein. So I want to talk a little bit about what a spirit animal is, how can you figure out what is yours, some of the the traits of some of the spirit animals. I have my spirit animal spirit guide cards here, so I'm going to pull a card today while we're here on the live broadcast, and then I'm going to tell you what my spirit animal is, and how I actually got a tattoo of my spirit animal on my person, which was quite a funny story. So that's what we'll be discussing today. And I've just realized, look, I'm in my spirit animal shirt as well. I've got the whole animal thing going, and then I've got my peace pipe and everything in the background. So very, very, I'm all themed out today, which is fantastic. So don't forget that if you are here on the broadcast, I would love for you to say hi. Let me know where you're from so I can give you a little shout out and say hi. And I can see that Kathy Cook is here. Good to see you again, Kathy. You are a regular here, so it's great to see you here as well. So I've got Deirdre Fitzsimmons from, hi. How are you? I don't know where you're from, but hello, darling. Susan Rao from Melbourne. Good to see you again, Susan. Hope everything's great down there in Melbourne. Sun is shining and it's all happy days. Now, also, before I get into the information that I want to talk to you about today, I want to tell you that I have a little giveaway that I'm going to be doing here in the broadcast. So the giveaway is my introspection exercise. Now, this is, like I said, I'm giving this away for free. It's a 13-minute exercise where you'll find out what's keeping you stressed, what's keeping you in self-doubt, and what even may be keeping you broke. So along with this exercise, there's actually a really cool PDF notebook that you'll need so that you can complete the exercise as you go through the introspective questions that I ask you. It's all for free. So if you'd like to get a free copy of my introspection exercise program, all you need to do is type the word gift into the into the text box below, and then we'll be able to send that to you. Okay. And then follow the instructions. Then when you type in gift, follow the instructions in Messenger, and then we can give it to you that way. We're trying something new, so let's see how that works for you, darlings. Okay, let me say hellos. Donna McGriff. Hi, Donna from Little Rock. Good to see you here again. I've got Francis Castelli. Is from Nevada. Hi, Francis. I've got Grace Calloway from Arizona. Colleen Atkinson from Devon in Alberta, Canada. Terry Collier. Hello, Terry. Good to see you here too. David Sanders from Georgia. Hi, David. Mary Elizabeth Yeager is here. And I've got lots of gifts coming through. This is fantastic. Good to see. All right. So I am now going to duck into our subject today, which is all about spirit animals. So, what is a spirit animal? And I know we've seen a lot of discussion online about spirit animals. So spirit animals are kind of like guides. They're like, basically they're a guide that helps to protect you, or it helps to guide you, gives you, so when normally when we pray, when we go into introspection, which is what I was talking about with this exercise, most of the time we're either asking the universe, or we're asking God, or we're asking our angels, or we're asking, something outside of us, what for guidance and for answers and to help us make a decision on what to go a certain way. So your spirit animal, your animal guides are similar to this as well. They are of Native American India origin. And so it can really help to give you guidance specifically on the traits that they have as to give you guidance on what to do and how to make your decisions. So how would you discover what your spirit animal is? Good question. Well, first of all, you don't decide what your spirit animal is. You let your spirit animal choose you. Okay, so and there's many ways that you can do this. You can go into meditation, and with all of these activities I'm about to list, what you want to do is make sure that you set a strong intention that before you do those activities, you're doing it with the purpose for your spirit animal to find you. Okay, so this is the purpose of doing these exercises. So the first thing you can do is things like looking around in nature. So, you could be, if you're walking in nature, if you're out and about, and there is a certain animal that keeps coming up for you, that you see quite a bit, they could be your spirit animal. So take notice of that. And you can even write these things down or really, be aware of the animals that are showing up in your peripheral and in your, on your walks and in the different times in nature that you spend there. Be attentive when an animal appears in your life that is noticeable. So often if an animal shows up, obviously we see lots of dogs because we, live in a society where we have a lot of dogs, but maybe if there's a squirrel that comes up, but the behavior of the squirrels that you see seems to be behavior that seems to be trying to get your attention. Take notice of that, because that could be how, your spirit animal is trying to reach you or get to you or tell you that I am your spiritual, your spiritual animal guide. Okay. Watch for repetitive encounters with animals. So let's say that that certain animals show up all the time, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in person. I have a friend of mine, and you can see a little bit of my Native American Indian artwork here, and I have some more upstairs. And I have one which is like a shield, or it's like a shield that you put at the front of the house, and it's supposed to and its purpose is, to allow, good spirits to come through. And on it is a wolf, is actually painted a wolf. And so I have a friend of mine who had been doing meditations, and wolves had been coming through in his meditations. And he'd been to my house several times. And he's sitting there and he looks up and he goes, how long has that been there? And I go, years. I go, you've seen it before. He goes, I've never really noticed it. And he goes, wolves keep showing up for me. Okay, so, if that's the case, then you go, okay, well, wolf looks like it's my spirit animal is trying to communicate with me, trying to give me some advice. And then I'll go through in a minute what some of the traits are of some of the animals, okay? You could meditate. You sit in a meditation. And again, remember all of these exercises that you want to do. You want to do with the intention first of, wanting your spirit animal to find you. Okay, so you can do a meditation. You can read books. Do some research on some of the different animals. You could even go online to find out what the meaning of these different spirit animals are. And maybe there's one that really stands out for you. And you go, oh, okay, that's definitely my spirit animal. You actually feel intuitively that this is, your spirit animal. So that's a really good way to do it as well. And doing any kind of journeying process. So it could be, you could buy CDs or MP3s of shamanic journeys where that actually lead you on, a journey so that you can actually find or meet your spirit animal. So you can do different things like that. So there are different ways to be able to actually be able to figure out what your spirit animal is. So if you've just joined us not long ago, and you can see all these people writing gift in the text box below, that's because we are giving away my introspective exercise. So it's free, and it's an exercise that really helps you to figure out, what's stressing you out, what's holding you back, why certain things are showing up in your life. And if you'd like to receive a free copy of it, all you need to do is write the word gift in the subject, in the text box below, and we can send you. Just go to Messenger, it'll send you a message and it'll show you how to redeem that for yourself. Okay, so here are some of the other ways that you could meet your spirit animals. Okay, things like paying attention to your dreams. Because, you know, like I said, my friend, not only was he dreaming, he was meditating, but this wolf kept coming up. So for him, it was a clear indication that wolf was his spirit animal. And, you know, you don't have to have one spirit animal for life. You know, different spirit animals show up at different times because they all have like different messages for us. You know, so, you know, you could have one that you identify with strongly, but other animals can definitely come through, okay? Think about your past connections. So think about when you were a kid, you know, were you fascinated with horses when you were a kid? Were you fascinated with dolphins or whatever that was? So try and think of what your connections and what your feelings were in the past of these different animals. And then again, do some research and find out, okay, what are the characteristics or the traits of these spirit animals and what does that mean? Okay, and listen to what these animals are telling you. Okay, so once you've nailed it down, what you want to do, like I said, is go online, do some research to figure out, you know, what are the messages of these different animals. So I'm going to read a couple out for you so that you know some of the more popular spirit animals, things like the bear. Like the bear is one of the most powerful animal guides in the spirit realm. And this guide is in tune with emotional and physical healing and likely connected to those who feel a deep connection to the earth and outdoors. Okay, so that's what, you know, bear represents. The butterfly represents, is the symbol of transformation. So the butterfly will guide you and appears throughout times of life where there's a lot of change and development happening. With the guidance of butterfly, the transition through these changes will come with more ease and grace. So that's the butterfly and a spirit animal. The cat, and there are different cats, and the different cats do have different characteristics, but mainly the cat that symbolizes curiosity, adventure, and independence. Okay, the dove represents peace and blessings and new beginnings, which sounds like that would be about right. The dolphin, you know, I mentioned dolphins before, and a lot of people do have affiliations with dolphin. They're very spiritual animals, very evolved animals, and they represent playful wisdom. And often they're spiritual teachers that help communicate as messengers for other guides as well. And then let's see what else we've got. The lion. The lion is a spirit guide that represents heart and courage. Then we have the turtle, which is a highly spiritual guide, spiritual guide that represents the journey towards wisdom, truth, and understanding. And the wolf, which I've been talking about, which is connected to intelligence, instinctiveness, and freedom. And the wolf may appear when you have mistrust in social situations, serving as a reminder for you to follow your primal instincts. Okay, so like I said, I was going to mention to you what my spirit animal is, or one of my spiritual animals, and apparently I'm surrounded by them. I have had a couple of readings from friends who are intuitives and channels who just go, wow, they go, you are surrounded by hummingbirds. And the hummingbird symbolizes joyfulness and playfulness, as well as adaptability. And it means lightness of being, independence. It brings playfulness in life. It uplifts negativity, which is a lot of what I do, and resiliency. So because I knew this and I'd had several readings with this, I actually went and got a tattoo on my ankle. I can't put my foot up here in the camera for you to see, but I have 3 little hummingbirds that are around my ankle, all different colors that symbolize certain things. But it's a reminder for me every time I see it to step into a place of joy. You know, what is bringing me joy, and how when I fill my cup, and we know this, that, you know, we energetically, our cup needs to be filled to be able to, you know, do the work that we do and to reach out to others. But I heard the other day that it can't be from a full cup. It has to be from the overflow. And so this reminds me to tap in and make sure that I'm including joyful activities in my life and joyful people. So I don't know which one you are, but I encourage you to do some research on this as well. And don't forget, if you are here and you'd like to get a free copy of my introspection exercise, we can send it to you. This exercise is fantastic for you to tap in and really figure out where, like if there's some, you know, blind spots in your life, you know, the introspection exercise can really take you through a process to help you clear what they are or identify what they are. So if you'd like a free copy of that, just type the word gift into the text box beneath here, and then in Messenger we'll send you a message and you'll be able to see what the instructions are from there. So Faye's asking, can you have multiple spiritual animals? Absolutely you can. You don't have to have just one. And like I said, sometimes different animals will come through depending on, what challenges you're facing at the time, because they all have a specific message to give to you. And I can see Lynette, but hi Lynette, good to see you here. Stormy Davis, Kathy Grand, Gail Richards, good to see you all. Now, like I said before, I'm going to pull out a little, I've got I pull these out every other day. So I have a card that I pull out, and it gives me my message for the day. And seeing that we're talking about spirit animals, I'm going to pull a card. It is it's a very exotic owl. And what it says, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. So that's the card that I pulled today. So maybe this is a message for all of us. So guys, thank you for joining me on the broadcast today. I know it's an unusual subject, but it's such an interesting one. And like I say, when we are open to any kind of intuitiveness, any kind of guidance, whether we call that spirit animals or angels or God or universe or whatever label we put to that, when we understand that there is this major force outside of us, and when we can elicit the support and the help of that entity, it really makes the massive difference between surviving and getting through, and actually living a life in flow where everything is quite easy, and the most amazing and delicious events show up for us. So thank you again for joining me today, and I look forward to chatting to you again next week. It'll be Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So have a fabulous weekend. Thanks, everyone, and bye for now.